All right, picture this. You wake up tomorrow morning, stumble into your kitchen in your pajamas that should have been retired in 2009, and discover that your entire life is not only a simulation, but you are the one holding the controller, the cheat codes, and the power up mushroom. Welcome to reality transurfing, the only self help philosophy that sounds like a retro video game but actually promises to turn your daily existence from meh to heck yes. Faster than you can say, "Why does my toast always land butter side down?" If you have ever suspected the universe might be a little more like a cosmic Netflix, serving up an endless buffet of realities for you to binge watch, then congratulations, you are already halfway to earning your reality transurfing badge. And if you have never heard of this before, buckle up, because by the end of this video, you might just be tempted to swap your vision board for a surfboard and ride the waves of reality like a philosophical Kelly Slater. So, what on earth is reality transurfing? First of all, it is not actual surfing, so you can put away the sunscreen and stop practicing that hang 10 in your living room. Reality transurfing is a mind bending philosophy that popped out of Russia courtesy of a mysterious physicist named Vadim Zeland, who, by all accounts, looks like the kind of guy who could either help you hack the Matrix or sell you a very convincing time machine out of his garage. Zeland claims that life is not a single, linear highway with potholes and detours, but a multiverse of parallel realities, all just waiting for you to choose which one to step into, like a cosmic choose your own adventure novel, only with less risk of being eaten by an alien, unless you are into that kind of thing. Here is the basic premise, and I promise I am not making this up. Reality, according to Transurfing, is a giant sea of options, like the world's weirdest breakfast buffet. Every version of your life that could possibly exist is already out there, just hanging around in the alternative space, waiting for you to pick it. You want to become a millionaire with a six pack and a pet dolphin named Gary? There is a reality where that is true. Want to live in a yurt on Mars, grow organic kale, and knit sweaters for Martian goats? There is a version of that too. The trick is not in grinding yourself to dust or faking positivity until you can taste rainbows, but in learning how to surf the waves of this alternative space and slide into the reality that you actually want. But how do you do that? First, let us talk about something called the alternative space. Imagine a never ending warehouse full of doors. Each door leads to a slightly different version of your life. Some doors are marked Monday morning traffic jam, others are surprise promotion, and a few are labeled that time I tripped in public but pretended to tie my shoe. According to Transurfing, your thoughts, attitudes, and especially your intentions are like magical keycards. They can open the door to whichever reality you want to walk into. So instead of endlessly banging your head against the same stuck door, you just shift your focus, grab a different key, and open a new one. Boom, reality changed. Now here's where it gets even more fun. Reality transurfing says that your current circumstances are not the result of a single cosmic roll of the dice or the universe's sense of humor. Instead, you are constantly transurfing between realities based on your energy, your beliefs, and the patterns of your attention. It is like if Netflix autoplay was controlled by your mood and thoughts, and every time you started to spiral into nothing good ever happens to me, suddenly you are watching a rerun of Disaster the sitcom. But if you shift your attitude to everything always works out for me, suddenly you are starring in The Universe Loves Me, the musical. And yes, you get to pick the soundtrack. But of course, there is a catch, and it is not just that your mind is now spinning faster than a fidget spinner on espresso. Transurfing is all about avoiding what Zeland calls pendulums, not the kind that hypnotize you or help you find water in your backyard, but invisible energy structures created by collective human thought. Think of pendulums as bad group chats, except instead of endless memes, they suck up your attention and emotional energy, trapping you in realities you do not want. Ever notice how complaining with your coworkers about the boss creates a vortex of negativity that swallows the entire office by lunchtime? That is a pendulum. News cycles full of doom and gloom, pendulums. Your cousin who can only talk about conspiracy theories at family dinners? Pendulums everywhere. The trick, according to Zeland, is to ignore these pendulums and refuse to feed them with your energy, like a digital detox, but for your entire reality. Instead of jumping into every drama, every outrage, or every can you believe what happened story, you sidestep those energy traps and keep your attention focused on the reality you actually want to experience. If you stop feeding the drama, it stops running your show. Now, let us talk about slides. In transurfing, slides are vivid mental images or movie scenes you play in your mind of the life you want. But do not just visualize, I am rich, I am famous, I have finally learned how to fold a fitted sheet. Instead, you have to feel it as if it is happening right now. Smell the coffee, hear the applause, feel the victory dance in your soul, even if in reality you are still in your kitchen, wearing those questionable pajamas. The more you live in that scene mentally and emotionally, the more you slide into the corresponding reality. Science actually backs up the idea that mental rehearsal can change brain patterns and prime you for success. Olympic athletes use this trick all the time, except you do not need a gold medal, just the willingness to daydream like your future depends on it, because, according to Transurfing, it sort of does. But wait, there is more. Zeland introduces the concept of excess potential, which sounds like something you might get from drinking 3 energy drinks and then trying to organize your sock drawer by color. But it is actually about emotional attachment. If you want something so desperately that you treat it like the last slice of pizza at a party, you create imbalance. The universe, apparently allergic to clinginess, will send you the opposite of what you want. The solution? Chill out. Reduce the emotional charge. Want it, but do not need it like you need air or Wi-Fi. That way, you are not sending out desperate, please universe, I will do anything energy, but confident I am good either way vibes. Like the cool kid who always gets invited to parties because they genuinely do not care if they get invited or not. Then there is the mind and the heart. Most people run around letting their logical brain call all the shots, while their heart sits in the back seat eating snacks and rolling its eyes. Transurfing says your ideal reality only clicks into place when your heart and mind are in unity. Translation: your desires and your beliefs need to be dancing to the same song. If you want to become a successful artist, but you secretly believe you are only good at drawing stick figures, your mind and heart are out of sync, and your reality is going to look like a Picasso painting done by a confused hamster. The tip here? Find ways to align your beliefs with your desires. Start with small wins, build your confidence, and let your heart take the lead while your mind drives the getaway car. Another practical gem from transurfing is outer intention. This is where it gets wild. Inner intention is when you set goals, make plans, and put in the effort. Outer intention is like asking the universe to be your personal assistant, organizing coincidences and opportunities to help you out. Outer intention works when you trust that things are moving in your favor, even if you do not see immediate results. Think of it like online shopping for a new life. You place your order, you trust the process, and you do not stalk the delivery driver or panic if your package is not here in 3 minutes. Instead, you go about your day knowing it is on the way. And because transurfing would not be complete without some delightfully practical weirdness, here is the ultimate pro tip. Do not take life too seriously. According to Zeland, when you can treat reality like a game, play with possibilities, and not get emotionally stuck in every plot twist, you become a reality surfer. You glide through life with a smirk, a sense of adventure, and the ability to pivot when the waves get choppy. The world becomes less of a hostile obstacle course and more of an improv comedy show where you get to write the next joke. So, to recap, reality transurfing is like downloading a cosmic hack that allows you to step off the hamster wheel, dodge drama, and tune your mental radio to the reality you actually want. You use your thoughts and emotions like a remote control, avoid energy-draining pendulums, visualize your ideal life like you're editing your own movie trailer, and keep your heart and mind jamming to the same beat. The less you obsess, the more you attract, and when you learn to play with possibilities, you can start surfing into realities that would have previously seemed impossible, or at least really, really unlikely. And there you have it, the not-so-secret sauce of reality transurfing, served with a side of cosmic fries and a sprinkle of quantum seasoning. Is it magic, science, or just a really good excuse to stop worrying about what your neighbor thinks? That is for you to decide. So, why not try it out? The next time your day goes sideways, instead of melting down or blaming Mercury in retrograde, just remember you have the keys to the reality warehouse, the power to change the channel, and maybe, just maybe, the universe is secretly rooting for you. If this whole journey through reality's backstage left you grinning, scratching your head, or reconsidering those pajamas, do us a favor. Drop your wildest transurfing dreams in the comments below, smash that subscribe button like it owes you money, and stick around for more fast, funny, and genius level explanations from XQ. Quick, funny explanations. Because life is way too short not to laugh while figuring out how to become the boss of your own reality. Surf's up.